I'm sorry if I seem uninterested, or I'm not listening, or I'm indifferent, truly.
For those of you who don't know what meal prepping is or how to meal prep, fortunately I am here to explain it all to you, as it is something that you need to get onto and start doing straight away. Prepping your meals is a very important part of dieting. When it comes to getting into shape, whether you want to build muscle or you want to drop body fat or anything in life that you want to be successful at, you need to have a plan. I know this is just basic boring advice, but if you go into something and you have no idea what you are doing, the chances of you failing are a lot higher. Now don't get me wrong, failing is not always a bad thing. If you fail, it means you learn and you find out why you failed, and then you fix those mistakes so you don't do them again next time. However, if you plan ahead and you look into something before you start and you know exactly what it takes to be successful at what you're about to do, then not only will you learn faster, but the chances of you being successful are a lot higher. Now, if you can stop mistakes from happening before they occur, obviously that is going to be a really good outcome, and meal prepping definitely fits into this situation. When we are dieting to get into shape, we get good healthy foods and eat them 7 days per week. Whether it is for building muscle or dropping body fat, the same principles apply. We have one cheat meal on top of that as a reward for all our hard work. So for a male, you should be eating anywhere between 6 to 8 meals per day, and for a female, anywhere between 4 to 6 meals per day. Now, the reason we need to eat so frequently is because it is one of the best ways to increase our metabolism, and which allows our body to drop fat quicker and absorb more of the nutrients from the good quality food that we are eating. So let's say that you're eating 7 times per day, 7 days per week. That equals 49 meals per week. How the hell am I going to consume 49 meals in a week without buying takeaway all the time or snacking on junk food and pretty much taking the easy way out? Well, there is a simple answer to that, which is to prepare your meals in advance and make sure that you always have them on hand wherever you go. The key to being successful in dieting is to make sure that you have all your food on hand, ready to eat whenever you need to eat it. If you don't have your meals with you, you are going to get very hungry, and I know when I personally get hungry, I get very moody, and all I want to do is eat something I know I shouldn't be eating. If you go to work and you don't have any lunch, it is highly likely that you are going to have to go and purchase something to eat to get you by until you get home. It is also highly likely that you are not going to be able to find something healthy, so you will end up eating something bad. If you do this multiple times per week, every week, you are not going to see any progress at all. You need to have your meals cooked and ready to go with you at all times, so you don't give in to temptations and you are able to stay strict with your diet. I personally do all my meal prepping and cooking myself, but the process I am going to explain to you stays the same regardless of who does the cooking or how many people you are cooking for. So of my 7 meals per day, one is my breakfast, which I cook on a daily basis. One is my post-workout shake, which I prepare on a daily basis. One is my dinner, which I make most of the time or I buy on a daily basis. And one is my before bed meal, which is a casein shake or either Greek yogurt and peanut butter, which I also make on a daily basis. So really, at the end of the day, I would say majority of you, me as well, will only need to meal prep for 3 meals per day. Breakfast is easy. You make it every morning before work, and then post-workout is a shake, so that is very simple as well. I do not meal prep my dinner. I make it daily, but you can meal prep your dinner, which is a great idea as well. If you don't have time to make dinner, that can be included in part of your meal prep. Your before bed shake with either peanut butter or Greek yogurt only takes you 30 seconds to prepare, so that is very easy as well. So really, it's going to be 3 or 4 meals depending on whether or not you decide to meal prep your dinner, which you need to have ready for you to eat on a daily basis. So what I do for my meal prep is I cook every Sunday and every Wednesday. Sunday I cook my meals for Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday, and on Wednesday I cook my meals for Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I find cooking twice per week as opposed to once per week is a lot more effective and also a lot more enjoyable, as you never have to freeze your food and it never goes off. On Sundays you are cooking for 3 days in advance, and on Wednesdays you are cooking for 4 days in advance. You can also cook once per week and freeze your meals if you're really finding it hard to find the time, but I do recommend doing it twice per week as a part of your weekly routine. Yes, it can be a massive pain in the arse and it's a little time consuming, but if it were easy, everyone would look good. I like to cook on a Sunday and Wednesday because that best suits my life. However, you can do it on a Monday and a Thursday, or a Tuesday and a Friday, or a Wednesday and a Saturday, whatever suits you. It really doesn't matter. Whatever fits into your life and is going to be the most realistic situation where you are most likely to do it consistently without missing it is going to be the best scenario for you. There is no right or wrong. So I will just explain to you exactly as I do for my meal prep. On a Sunday, I will meal prep 9 meals for myself and I will be having 3 meals over the next 3 days. So in my diet, I have 200 grams of uncooked lean meat in all 3 meals. Lean meat being chicken, turkey, tuna, white fish or lean mince. I just mix it up according to how I feel and what I feel like eating. In the bodybuilding world, whenever you give someone a diet or whenever you are following a diet, it is just basically a universal rule that stays pretty consistent, and that is that all food is weighed uncooked. The reason we weigh everything uncooked is because the nutrition data on the label of almost all foods is usually the raw weight, and that is the best and most accurate way to use, and because cooked weight varies depending on how long you cook the food for. The longer you cook something, the more water it loses. So everything is always weighed uncooked because it is more accurate reading. So if I am having 200 grams of uncooked chicken, let's say, in 3 meals, that equals 600 grams of uncooked chicken per day. If I am cooking for 3 days in advance, 600 grams times 3 days is 1.8 kilograms of uncooked chicken. So when you go to the chicken shop or wherever it is that you get your chicken from, you order 1.8 kilograms of raw chicken and you take that home ready to cook up, and that is going to last you for 3 days. If it were for 4 days, you would buy 2.4 kilograms of chicken as you just add another 600 grams. I hope this makes sense to you. So when it comes time to cook, you cook all 1.8 kilograms at once, you cut it all up into little pieces, put some nice spices over it, make it look pretty, do whatever it is that you need to make it taste a little better. Once it is all cooked, you divide the amount of chicken by 9 because we are cooking for 9 meals, and you put it all into separate containers. I don't know what the cooked weight is, but it doesn't matter. I never do anything cooked, it always is raw weight. If you just divide the end amount of cooked chicken equally by 9, you obviously are going to have pretty close to 200 grams of chicken in each container. You do the same thing with, let's say, sweet potato. If you are having 300 grams of uncooked sweet potato over 6 meals, you will purchase 1.8 kilograms of sweet potato, cook it all up and divide it by 6. You do the exact same thing with white rice. If you are having 100 grams of white rice over 3 meals, you get 300 grams of uncooked white rice, cook it all up, divide it into quantities by 3 and into 3 separate containers. I personally don't really weigh my greens, as I just go off the theory, the more the better. To be honest, I don't really enjoy eating my greens as they aren't exactly delicious. But the vitamins and the minerals that you get from your vegetables actually play a big part in the recovery of the muscles and in day-to-day energy levels. Your overall health as well, as I do try to eat as much of them as I can. You cook your chicken, you cook your sweet potato, and you cook your white rice. You put all of the divided amounts into separate containers, and you have 3 meals a day for the next 3 days, ready to be eaten wherever you are, whenever you may need them. This is a very effective method and is more important than you can imagine when it comes to seeing results in the gym. And if you have your food with you at all times and you still cheat your diet, that is just not acceptable, and that is pure laziness or lack of willpower. There is no excuse for it. Cook your meals, be organised and plan ahead. Don't spend hours in the gym, money on food, money on supplements to get average results. Put in the work, get the good food into you and do things properly. This is just part of the process. Meal prepping is very easy. It just takes a little time, but I promise you that if you stick to it and you do it for 3 or 4 weeks and get all your workouts done, you will instantly be hooked on the results and it will become part of your day-to-day life. You just need to make it part of your routine and try your best to get used to it. I just quickly want to go over 2 things I think are really relevant, and I want to reinforce this to you because I believe it makes a big difference. In my meal prep, you would have heard me say 6 meals of chicken and sweet potato over 3 days and 3 meals of chicken and white rice over 3 days. You may be thinking, why wouldn't he just do all sweet potato meals and not worry about cooking the extra white rice, as it is creating more work for yourself when meal prepping? Sweet potato is a low GI carbohydrate, and I eat sweet potato throughout the day or for my pre-workout meal. Low GI carbs give you sustained release energy with very little to no insulin spike, and it is the perfect meal to have before a workout. I have my white rice, which is high GI carbohydrate, post-workout because it spikes my insulin levels and pushes nutrients into the muscles. This is going to help repair, rebuild, and grow them a lot faster. So even though it is a little more work having to cook another type of carb, I'm a big believer in nutrient timing and the effect it has on your body. I always like to get it right. I want to be doing everything I can to get the best possible results. The other thing I wanted to mention, and I actually find it a little funny, is when my clients say to me all the time, "Jara, I'm going away for the weekend. I still will be able to go to the gym, but I won't be able to stick to my diet." That is incorrect. You can always meal prep your meals the day before you go away and take them with you. There is always a solution. Meal prepping is a very effective way to stay honest to your diet. Another funny story, a few years back, my best mate got married. I wasn't as well known then as I am now, and I had my first bodybuilding comp the next day. So obviously I wanted to look my best. I took my chicken, my greens in a little container to my best mate's wedding because I was so serious about not cheating my diet. Now I definitely would have looked like an idiot, but who cares what people think? I certainly don't. Who cares about what people think when they see you walking around with a little bag or an esky or whatever it is full of prep meals? People look at you funny because people will probably bag you and try to put you down because unfortunately that's what people like to do. They like to put you down because it makes them feel better about not doing it. But at the end of the day, you are the one getting into shape, you are the one being a good role model who has dedication, and the only time someone will ever put you down is if they are jealous. You should never feel the need to put someone down. Always bring people up and make their day better. Karma is a real thing, guys. Who cares what people think? You are passionate about something and it means a lot to you. Just do whatever you need to do and be proud of it. Don't change for anyone. Don't live to impress other people, and as long as you have your family, a handful of close friends, and your health, you do whatever makes you happy. I don't really think meal prepping will make you happy at the time, and I'm sure it will annoy the shit out of you, but I promise you, if you do it for 16 weeks, nail your training, all your cardio, nail the results, you will be doing it for the rest of your life.